Have you ever needed to criticize someone, but you were worried about how they'd react? Charles Schwab, the steel magnate, once walked through his mill and saw workers smoking cigarettes directly under a giant no-smoking sign. They were breaking a rule that could cause a massive explosion. It could have fired them on the spot. Instead, he walked over, handed each man a cigar, smiled, and said, "Boys, I'd appreciate it if you'd smoke these outside." They never smoked in the mill again. How did a gift manage to replace a punishment and work so much better? Back in the early 1900s, this was a serious breach of safety. The conventional response would have been to yell, write them up, or humiliate them publicly. But Schwab knew something powerful about human nature. Humiliation creates resentment, and resentment poisons loyalty and productivity. The workers might stop smoking, but they'd start hating him, so Schwab walked over. The men tensed up expecting a lecture, or worse. Instead, he smiled warmly, reached into his pocket and pulled out expensive cigars, way better than what they were smoking. He handed one to each man. "Boys, I'd appreciate it if you'd smoke these outside." His tone was friendly, not demanding. He didn't mention the sign, the rules, or the danger. It was just a gift and a polite request. The impact was huge. First, they knew they were caught. Second, instead of punishment, they got a gift. Third, he framed it as a personal favor, making them want to earn his respect, not just obey out of fear. And most importantly, their dignity was completely preserved. The workers never smoked in those prohibited areas again. But more than that, they became some of Schwab's most loyal employees. Why? Because he corrected their behavior without making them feel small. If he had yelled, they might have obeyed, but they would have resented him, done the bare minimum, and complained about him to everyone else. Instead, by giving them the cigars, he bound them to him with gratitude. That story spread through the mill. Schwab is tough, but he's fair, and he treats you with respect. He corrected them, but he did it without humiliation. This became one of Schwab's signature management moves. He would constantly correct behavior, but never by attacking someone's pride. This built a culture of fierce loyalty, where people wanted to live up to his expectations rather than just avoid his anger. Schwab proved that criticism works best when it's indirect. He preserved their dignity while changing their behavior. The principle is simple. Correcting behavior while preserving dignity builds gratitude, not resentment. When Schwab saw the workers breaking a major rule, he didn't attack them. He handed them a gift, the cigars, and made a polite request. The workers became loyal because they were corrected without being humiliated. The lesson is powerful. When you have to correct someone, don't make it a direct attack. Find a way to save their face, frame it as a request, and acknowledge their worth. Correction with dignity builds loyalty. Correction through humiliation just creates enemies. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories like this.